Hello and welcome to Paris Games here on France 24, our daily Olympic roundup. Over the next 25 minutes, I'll be bringing you through all of the latest from day 3 here in the French capital. Let's start with some of the stories of the day. It was a battle of the legends at Roland Garros earlier as Novak Djokovic crushed Rafael Nadal 6-1, 6-4 in the men's singles. The two titans met for the 60th and possibly final time. It was a showdown between the two most successful men's tennis players in history, with 24-time Grand Slam champion Djokovic claiming his 31st win in a rivalry that began on the same Roland Garros clay court in 2006. Nadal will now turn his focus to the doubles, where he's in a pairing with compatriot Carlos Alcaraz, the reigning Wimbledon champion. Elsewhere, South Korea continued their domination in archery, beating France 5-1 in the men's team event. The win reinforces Korea as the country to beat, as the men have now claimed 7 of 10 gold medals since the Olympic event was introduced in 1988. On Sunday, the South Korean women's team won their 10th consecutive gold after an intense shoot-off against China. France will be fairly happy with a surprise silver medal as Turkey claimed bronze. While outside the sport of the Games, the Olympic Cauldron, tethered to a balloon in an iconic Paris park, has become one of the hottest tickets, with thousands flocking every day to see the 7-metre wide ring of environmentally friendly fire. Emerald Maxwell has more.
Every evening at sunset, the Olympic Cauldron has become the centre of attention as it flies into the Parisian sky to float 60 metres above the ground under a hot air balloon until the early hours of the morning. It's then brought back down to the Tuileries Gardens during the day, where crowds are thronging to catch a glimpse of it.
It's unique, it's really cool, and when it rises in the evening, it lights up Paris even more. It's really great.
This one was obviously outside the stadium, flying in the evening. It's a unique experience, which I think it's Paris, right?
Already a symbol of the Paris Olympics, the flame is fuel-free, made up of clouds of mist and lit by LED rays. While free to visit, all available 10,000 daily slots to see it up close have already been snapped up. Those who weren't quick enough off the mark can only admire it from afar.
We didn't get tickets. We didn't know we needed them to access it. But we'll try and get a slot this afternoon if possible.
Organisers have said they'll release more free tickets before the Games close on August 11th. But some are already calling for the Cauldron, a nod to the hot air balloon invented by the French Montgolfier brothers in the 18th century, to find a permanent home in Paris. Not unlike the Eiffel Tower, originally built for the 1889 Paris World Expo.
As demonstrated there, it's been a brilliant atmosphere in the French capital since the start of the Games, with millions of people from hundreds of countries descending on Paris. An atmosphere that's probably been helped by the sun finally making an appearance this week after a few days of heavy rain. I'm delighted to say I'm joined now by France 24's Clovis Casselli, who is at the Hôtel de Ville in the centre of the city. Clovis, give us a little taste of what the atmosphere is like there where you are.
Well, this is the largest free fan zone in Paris. A lot of stuff to do, basketball nets, a climbing wall, and these giant screens, of course. Look at all these people. They've been here all day, despite boiling temperatures. So I can tell you more about the atmosphere. Let's hear directly from people who've been here, who've arrived from Kentucky. It's Alyssa and her daughter, Jordan. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us. Tell us, what's the atmosphere like here?
It's so much fun. It's our first time actually being in this area, and it's so nice to just watch everybody cheer on France, really, because we're from the States, but it's neat to watch everybody and their excitement. So,
what's it like being here in Paris for these Olympics?
The Olympics I'm really excited about it. I do trampoline and tumbling for my own, and I'm excited to see the actual professional.
And I hear you're a bit of a champ, no?
A little bit, yes. Yeah, she is. She's for her age group, she's one of the national champions in the States. So,
is it one of your dreams to take part in the Games one day, maybe?
Yeah. I've been doing it since I was like 1.5, and I've always dreamed of getting into the Olympics.
Yeah.
And what are you planning next during these games? Where will you be going, do you think?
Well, we're here for a week, and so far we've seen the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower, and we're just going to try to hit up as many museums and sites as we can see. So we're just going to take it all in. It's our first time in Paris, so we're trying to take everything in. So.
Well, welcome to Paris. Thank you very much. As you can hear, sport lovers, but also ready for a little cultural experience, going to museums here in the French capital. Clearly here, a lot of people, 3,000 people in this fan zone at Hôtel de Ville, very close to the Seine and Notre Dame. Pretty beautiful sights.
It is, and it looks like a hell of a crowd there. You're making me very jealous that I'm stuck in the studio. I think that's what the Olympics is all about, mother and daughter. Clovis, France 24 caught up a little bit earlier with Tunisian silver medalist Fares Ferjani, who just missed out on gold in the fencing, is that right?
Yes, he didn't clinch gold, but silver was a great performance for him. He comes from Tunisia. He got at the weekend the first medal for Africa, and our team, Valentine Herba, Sylvain Rousseau and Ashraf Abid got to talk to him. Take a listen. He says he really wants to inspire people. Take a listen.
I feel very happy and proud of myself that I was able to achieve this amazing result. I hope that I can give more to fencing, and I hope I can make more Tunisian and Arabs happy and represent all the people. I'm extremely proud of myself. Thank you. I hope the bout didn't start as well as I wanted, because he switched strategies and he was ready to be more aggressive and more doing action and doing so many attacks. And by the end of the game, when I understood what I need to change, the score was already a little too far. I was able to bring back a little bit and do more games, but by the end of it, he had the momentum, he was more in the flow, and he deserved it more than I did. So I'm very happy with the silver medal, and I will work harder to bring back beautiful medal, hopefully in 2028. I just want to say to all the kids that watch me that believe in yourself, believe that you can achieve your dreams, believe that it's possible. If you work extremely hard, if you actually put in the effort every single day, you can do it, as I did. I literally cannot believe it. For all the kids that follow me on Instagram, I literally posted this a month ago, and I said it, and I said, this is about the journey. You need to accept the challenge. You need to see yourself doing it, see yourself winning, and one day it will happen. Just believe as much as you can, work as much as you can. One day it will happen, and today is my day, and it did happen. I just want to say that, yes, it's true, my dad was super happy just because he believed in me way before I even believed in myself. He showed me the way on how to be disciplined, to be an honest and a good man, and today I'm very happy that I'm able to give him back a little of what he gave me all my life, and to give him this beautiful medal, and to give him the joy that his son is actually an Olympic, vice-Olympic champion.
Yeah, a very inspiring story, and you can see how happy he is there. Clovis, we'll let you go. I see a stage behind you there, so I don't know, maybe we'll see you up there in the next hour or so.
Yes, I'll just show you. Look, it's not all about the sports, it's also about a bit of music.
Looks like a lot of fun, Clovis. I expect
French electro music.
I fully expect to see images of you up there in the next hour or so. Clovis Casselli at Hôtel de Ville, thank you very much.
Probably not, probably not.
Well, as we know, the Olympics is a mix of sports that we're used to seeing every day to those slightly more unusual ones. And after being introduced at the Tokyo Olympics, 3x3 basketball is also on the programme in Paris this year. Considered the #1 urban sport in the world, it's a variant of traditional basketball played on just half the court in a more relaxed atmosphere. Camille Knight has this.
From the streets to the Olympic Games. Born a few decades ago, 3-on-3 basketball has kept its original spirit intact. Music is compulsory, just like it is at the park. Matches last 10 minutes and are played on a half court. There's just one hoop, and the first team to score 21 points wins.
There's no downtime. You have to be really good at combining moves. When it comes to managing your emotions as well, it requires a lot of skill because you can't just stop when you've missed a shot.
I think it's a more intelligent form of basketball. You have to find the right positions, take up the space, and dominate the game. It's really cool.
Introduced 3 years ago in Tokyo, 3-on-3 basketball has won over the International Olympic Committee. This street version of basketball is considered the world's #1 urban sport, but there's still a long way to go. Even at the highest level, a majority of players still compete with traditional basketball clubs.
It's becoming more and more professional. Before there were tournaments but no prize money. Now there's more and more prize money.
I think there'll be more and more support. There are places like Asia where there are already championships, and little by little the standard is getting higher.
A male and female team of French players will be competing at this year's Olympic Games, hoping to win a first 3-on-3 basketball medal for France.
It's been a good day at the Grand Palais for France in the fencing. Let's cross there live now where Selina Sykes is standing by. Selina, Sarah Balde will take part in the gold medal match a little bit later on against her compatriot Manon Brunet. It will be France's first fencing gold of the Games. The home fans must be absolutely buzzing there.
Well, Leo, it's safe to say that the atmosphere in the Grand Palais behind me has been absolutely amazing today, as you can imagine, with so many French hopes in the fencing. And as you said, it will be an all-French final in the women's sabre with Sarah Balde, first booking her spot in the final. She beat Ukrainian Olha Karlan. And just to put that into perspective, the Ukrainian is a 6-time world champion and an Olympic gold medalist, and Balde made quite a light work of her, beating the Ukrainian 15-7, and in an absolutely amazing atmosphere in the Grand Palais. These French fences clearly galvanised by the incredible atmosphere here, and obviously then a second French woman booked her spot in the final here this evening. Manon Brunet Apeti also winning her semi-final. It was a closer one. She beat South Korean Choi Sebin 15-12 in that one. Again, a raucous crowd here at the Grand Palais. And now you'll have this quite a particular scenario, Leo, where we have compatriots facing off each other in the final. We know, of course, that France will be guaranteed gold and silver, but I can imagine it's quite a particular experience to face off against essentially your teammates, because both of these fencers actually won a silver in the team event in Tokyo 3 years ago. Neither of them have won a gold medal, so I can imagine it will be all about either of them going for it, and obviously I suppose the best woman wins when it comes to facing your compatriots.
Yeah, that'll be a hell of a spectacle to watch a little bit later on. Selina, I just want to ask you before letting you go, you were at the skateboarding earlier this afternoon. What was that like as a spectacle to actually be there?
Well, Leo, this is the great thing about this Olympics here in Paris, isn't it? A lot of people thought it was quite crazy to have so many venues in the city centre, transforming historical, iconic sites in Paris into venues. And well, like the Grand Palais, the Place de la Concorde, which is where skateboarding is, it's just an absolutely spectacular experience as a spectator, even if you don't know much about skateboarding, which I will admit it's not one of my fortes in sport. But this Place de la Concorde, which is about a 10-minute walk here from the Grand Palais, is just spectacular. It's been transformed into this urban park hosting skateboarding, but not just skateboarding, also freeway basketball and BMX freestyle. And for the skateboarding, well, it was absolutely spectacular. We saw 2 Frenchmen taking part in the skateboarding earlier, and obviously this urban park is maybe a bit of a drive to attract more young audience to the Olympics. We've seen all the sports I've just mentioned recently added in recent years in a bid to attract younger viewers. And well, the house was full in the Place de la Concorde earlier when I was there, so I think it's definitely working for now.
Selina Sykes, thank you very much. We'll be joining you again a little bit later on. Well, as we know, the River Seine is supposed to play a central role at these games, but there is concern and controversy around the events to be held there. Paris City Council and the organisers have been working for months to diminish pollution levels, but the question still remains, will the triathlon be able to take place there tomorrow? Clovis Casselli put it to Pierre Abadan, Olympics officer at Paris City Hall.
We are here in the heart of the French capital, Notre Dame just behind me, and of course the Seine where is set to take place tomorrow, the triathlon, but because of polluted waters, training sessions had to be cancelled on Monday and Sunday. We are here with Pierre Abadan, who is Deputy Mayor of Paris, in charge of the Olympics. Pierre Abadan, thanks for being with us. Tell me, will the triathlon take place tomorrow?
Yeah, probably. We are confident for that. The thing is that I can imagine that everybody in the world who watched the opening ceremony saw that we had a lot of rain during Friday and Saturday too. So this is a natural environment, so there has consequences. But with all the works we did for cleaning the river, we're now able to go back really much quicker to a good quality of water, and it will probably be the case tomorrow, but we are waiting for the result of tonight for being sure that the athletes can do the competition with a full security level of quality of water.
And of course the good weather should help also. If in the next few days rain comes back and the water of the Seine is still too polluted, too dirty, what is the plan B?
The plan B is our capacity to manage the day of competition. So we know that actually with the weather preview, normally it will be okay for the next couple of days. So we are not worried about that. Just managing the consequences of the massive rain we had on the last 2 days, Friday, Saturday. And after that, we are able to managing different competition of the Olympics, and for being able to have a full triathlon between women, men, and mixed triathlon. So no worries. We manage that, we preview that, and it will happen.
Let's face it, it's not ideal for the athletes who would have liked to have, of course, probably train, see what it's like swimming in the Seine. Have they expressed their concerns, maybe their fears ahead of the competition?
For sure, that's not an ideal preparation, because that's why we put the training sessions on the yesterday and today. But they're used to that. They are a swimmer who go in a river or sea, so they are used to adaptate their performance. And when you play sports in outside sports, you have to find the best way to manage your performance. So they will have the adaptation, and they will have a specific competition venue, unique one. And many of them made the test last year, and they will be able to adapt their preparation and to give the best performance in an iconic venue that is the Pont Alexandre III between the Invalides and the Grand Palais. So they will enjoy that. We just wait for the green start tomorrow.
And what a stunning venue this then. Thank you very much, Pierre Abadan.
Thank you.
Clovis Cassely there, as you can see, he's all over Paris for us during these Olympic Games. It's been another good day for the hosts with another raft of medals. To discuss all things France, I'm joined now by our consultant, Karim Balde. Karim, it's been a really good start for the hosts. They've won the second most medals of anyone. In short, can they keep that up?
Yes, good evening, everyone. They can keep it up because this is a question of dynamic. And as the Rio 2016 Olympic champions said, Emily Andel, she said that this is a question of dynamics. Once you got the first gold medals and medal overall, it can go very, very far. And we saw it. Imagine that just in 3 days, France has half the overall amount of medals earned in Tokyo 3 years ago. It means that there were a lot of people performing more than expecting. When we see what happened in judo, for example, with Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, or even here for rugby sevens with the men's gold medal on Saturday, this is just incredible. Even underdogs can go very far. We saw it with in judo with Garba this afternoon earning the silver medal, and he came out of nowhere. So it means that with the public, with the support, with the frenzy here in France, in Paris since the beginning of the Olympics, we got a lot of things to say, and we have plenty more to come in the next days and in this fortnight.
You mentioned a few of those names there. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, of course, Léon Marchand lighting up these Olympics so far. Who are some of the names, the French names, to look out for over the next few days?
You have other megastars to come. For example, Teddy Riner. He is Olympic champion, and he was the last torchbearer alongside Marie-Josée Pérec at the end of the opening ceremony on Friday. We will wait for him because he decided to pursue his career up to the Olympics here in Paris to be able to earn that this gold medal at home in front of his own supporters. We can wait a lot of fencing as well. There will be the final, only a all French final tonight in women's sabre, for example, between Sarah Balzer and Manon Apiti-Brunet. So a lot of things to come in other sports, in sporting events as well. In, for example, in handball with the women's, it doesn't start well for men, but women are quite good since the beginning of the competition, and we can expect a lot, for example, of the volley national team. And another name to drop out here is Sofiane Oumia in boxing. He can be the new Olympic champion in his category. He was 3-time world champion in the last years, and he already earned medals in the previous games.
Karim, just briefly, you're at the Stade de France ahead of France against Canada in the quarterfinal of the women's rugby sevens. Can they follow in the men's footsteps and claim gold?
Yes, definitely. Their journey up to the quarterfinals is better than what Antoine Dupont's teammate did on Friday and on Thursday, and on Saturday they won 3 out of 3 games in a group stage, and now they will face Canada. It's going to be tough, but there are plenty of confidence inside the women's national team. And let's not forget that they played at Tokyo for the Olympics. That wasn't the case for the men. So, well, we can expect a great podium for them and maybe the title at the end of the competition tomorrow night.
Karim Balde, thank you very much. And Karim will be joining us in studio over the rest of the games. Well, France have had a great start, but one nation that had a slightly disappointing first couple of days was Team GB with not a single goal. The big disappointment was Adam Peaty in the pool. He was 2-time defending champion in the 100-metre breaststroke, but on Sunday had to settle for silver. But day 3 has brought a change in fortunes for Team GB. First, there was the team equestrian in Versailles, where the British claimed their first gold, eventing rivals Ross Cantor, Laura Collett and Tom McEwen, winning the team event after solid rides in the show jumping final, as France had to settle for silver in front of a rapturous home crowd. The team gold medal, Britain's 5th, makes them the Olympic Games' most winning eventing nation. Jumping in Versailles, many riders said that the loud crowd was challenging, especially for younger horses that had gained no such experience over the past years marked by the COVID pandemic. Britain were the favourite for gold after Germany dropped out. Well, that was a first gold, and the second took just a few hours to come as Tom Pidcock rallied from a punctured tyre to win his second straight Olympic mountain bike gold medal, fighting off home favourite Victor Koretsky on a dramatic final lap to deny a French sweep of the men's and women's races. The Brit had taken the lead, entering the last of 8 laps, only to give it back as he traded blows with Koretsky over the final couple of bends, but he managed to squeeze back ahead with just a few 100 metres to go. Pidcock, who had to pull out of the Tour de France about 2 weeks ago when he contracted COVID, is the only man to win 2 mountain bike gold medals in the Summer Games. And of course, we can't forget about Tom Daley. He was dethroned as Olympic champion on Monday, but took an emotional silver medal with partner Noah Williams in the men's synchronised 10-metre platform behind China. It was a 5th medal in 5 Olympics for 30-year-old Daley, who won gold with Matty Lee in the same event in Tokyo 3 years ago. It was an emotional medal for both of the Britons, but especially for Williams, who was choked by tears as he recalled his former coach, Dave Jenkins, who died in 2021, just after the Tokyo Games. Well, that's all we have time for in this edition of Paris Games. I'll be back at the same time tomorrow with all the latest Olympic goings-on. Stay tuned for more world news on France 24 in just a few minutes' time.